This is your daily market review for Wednesday, December 18th, 2024. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your daily market review for Wednesday, December 18th, 2024. Hopefully you've been paying attention to the channel. Again, took the last 2 days off. Didn't really need to reiterate. I expected some sort of market event, being the VIX was waking up, breath was crap. We talked about how the laggards kept lagging, financials kept lagging, oils, materials, certain names just had been acting like complete, you know what, but there was a minimum momentum of the market overweights continuing to overweight higher. And again, I personally believed, and again, this is what's hard. People don't like to bet on the market going down. I get that. That's why we talked about raising your stops, right? Defining your risk. And if you were short, okay, know your levels to exit. But if you're long, please, for the love of God, roll up stops. I mean, the market had been on a tear. And again, whether what do you want to blame it on? What do you want to, it doesn't matter. It's called trading. Managing your investments is crucial. And again, as we've talked about, you got to be careful. Now what? Well, again, let's go through it, because again, the evidence was pointing, even like this weekend, whatever happened the 2 days before the Fed meeting didn't really matter to me as much as the reaction. And again, the reaction today says all you need to know. And so if you've been trading the market and paying attention, high freaking five. Again, leave a comment, heart. I appreciate any interaction with these videos, because I know a lot of folks who crushed it today. So anyway, appreciate all the love, support, generous donations. If you want to donate, link description below. If you want to join the Discord room, a link description below. If you want to chat, Calendly, link is in description below. Posted trades, posted ideas this morning, talking about things, watching things. Again, I've been on the top of this one here. Like, again, I'm a fan of channel fake out breakouts, as I call it, where you channel, you go out either low or high, at the highs, the lows, and boom, they pull the rug. And again, we'll talk about it again. Stick around, grab some coffee, get comfortable. This one will be probably 20 plus minutes, but let's get into it. If you need help, education videos, back to basics. If you want to hit the thanks button, drop it down here. I appreciate it. Again, all this is free. Love to do this to help educate. If you're making money off of this and you want to tip the dealer, much appreciated. Again, check out thetradingagent.com. Tons of resources, education, thoughts, things to work on, learn from. Let me know I can help. Always here. Okay, so we got our 100% rate lock. I mean, 196%. I mean, is that fluctuating everywhere? Everyone knew it was coming. Now the next meeting. Sorry, let me get the refresh in. Eat fresh, refresh. Come on. Ugh. Oh God, it's not going to show. The next meeting's crucial. If you go read the Fed notes, here they're in the Discord room. I put them up here. If you want to hit pause, it was a close call whether they decided to cut. But inflation supposed to be higher than expected next year. They're in a pickle. The next meeting is in January. It's not really looking like they're going to do anything at the moment. Make sense? Makes sense, right? We'll see what happens. Again, this is all subject to change. It doesn't really matter. Screw it. Bitcoin. Here you go. Check this out. Bitcoin's interesting because, again, we've talked about how you had to get over this candle. You got over it. Now you left-right combo. Man, this is the thing. You got over it with light volume, which, again, that can be typically normal. But then you broke below it. Again, I personally have always said this, and it's a known fact. They throw the baby out the bathwater. When liquidation events happen, there's nothing safe. So do yourself a favor. Be careful. Be thoughtful. Do yourself another favor, knowing that it's OPEX, triple witching OPEX. So if you get some down, there might be some option crush on Friday, especially if you go look at the Stock Traders Almanac, which again is a resource on our website that we talk about people should use. Use the link description below, and you can get the copy of it. And again, it's very helpful. Very, very, very helpful. So keep an eye on Bitcoin. Oil, we've talked about the bounce. Come on. The bounce. But are you surprised, though, that oil, again, today, kind of holding up? We talked about the downside is not huge, but again, in my opinion, they will throw the baby out with the bathwater. As long as we hold 66, you're okay. Starts breaking, you got issues. Natural gas, all over the place. Not surprised. Again, long term, I like it. I just want to see lower prices. I want to see the low end of the range. 2s, 1s, 3s, I don't know, whatever it's got to be. But in my opinion, do yourself a favor. Recognize it's probably more than a one-day event. And don't sit here and go, well, I'm just going to hold through this. We got to look at the charts, and I'm telling you, they're not going to look very bullish. Sorry. If you're bullish and you just get excited about always going up. Not always the case. Sometimes there are pullbacks, and they can be deep and swift and heavy, and sometimes it's better just to get the heck out of the way. Dollar broke out. Oops. TLT, we said had to hold down here. This is not good. Rates going higher, TLT back at the range lows. Now that we've broken below there, again, if the Feds are cutting, but why are rates going higher? I mean, you could come right back down into this range very quickly. Keep an eye on it. That's stuff that's not going to help. VIX, as we talked about, was waking up last week. There it is, big green bar. Said it was bottoming. No one listens sometimes. Then people are like, thank you so much for being honest. Said at some point we probably hit 17. I thought maybe before the FOMC meeting we got to 16. Damn. Again, if you go watch the previous recaps, we talked about it. Now we're back at a level which is kind of just the starting go, pass go, don't pass go line for volatility pickup. Big green bar. Doesn't necessarily mean we have to go crushing higher tomorrow. Just keep an eye on this 23 range. Please, again, watch the recaps. I'm telling you, giving away the gold here. VIVIX. Talked about VIVIX always bottoms first. Look, during last week, it was just like creeping up. Shown to be a pretty solid correlation. It's just, again, what day? That's the hardest part. I can't tell you that. That's why swing trading is all about where you get in. Your average areas. Not average areas, but let me choose the words correctly. Picking and choosing your entries correctly and being careful. Gotcha. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful. SPY. Technical damage. This is not a one-day event. I'm sorry. 50-day broken. Now, it doesn't mean we can't find some sort of bottoming chopness here near term. But again, you have to look at this. Like if this was a big green bar off the bottom, right? You'd be going, oh, bullish. But you'd probably be waiting for a little bit of a pullback to buy. Oh, here you go. Same thing. If you're looking to short, maybe the 50-day reference, right? Maybe somewhere around here. I don't know. Could the 20-day come in play? At some point, it always bounces to there on a curling down 20-day at some point, but 20-day is not close now. So kind of take that off your, I don't know, radar. QQQ, again, here we go. Talking about the breakout, fake out. If you've never seen this before, then again, welcome to the channel. My name is Dan Max. I've been trading off and on for 20 plus years. Used to be a financial guy and real estate guy now, kind of thing. Keep an eye on this. This is not good because this is the thing. Like you see this at bottoms where you get fake breakdowns, meaning like you get like a smashing move at the lows after it's already been sold. Well, here you go. We've had a nice run, 430 up to 530s, 540, I guess, technically, almost. You break out of this channel that was clean. We've gone from channel high, channel low, channel high, breakout, boom, channel low. If this breaks, adios amigos. That's what we talked about. If you were buying SQQ in the, I don't know, high 20s, you're going to do all right. Now it's at 31. I think it's a solid trade. A lot of people get mad when you talk about shorting. It said IWM has been looking like absolute dog shit for weeks. Nobody listens to me, and it's okay. That's because, again, I can't tell you when it's going to happen. Everyone wants to know right now. Right now. Everyone's got ADHD. They can't pay attention. They can't zoom out. They can't take time. Because, again, you will be wrong in this. Like, I will be wrong. But, again, when the variables, odds, probabilities, whatever, are all in your favor, you got to start thinking about it. And so here we go. Broke. Keep an eye on it. Again, oversold, short-term oversold. But to me, it just doesn't look right. We talked about DIA, same thing. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, probably due to bounce. All right, probably due to bounce. I'd be looking at somewhere in this area. Keep an eye on it. Again, we'll do little drawings to figure out where we bounce. Gold. This is what I love gold long term. We talked about fake outs. Now you're breaking down. I don't trust near term. Gold, silver, metals, miners. Again, they will throw the baby out with the fucking bathwater. Excuse my language. And it bothers me because people will sit here and go, when? And I'm like, I don't know when, but I'm telling you, the GDX, for example, the miners, not been leading. Like, here's gold near the highs, and we're way the fudge down here. Kapow. Silver needs to hold up. Not looking so good. This is why it's like, I'm telling you, just be careful. Wait. GDXJ, oh, God, look. A lower right shoulder. Ugh. Blah. Kapow. AEM. This one's been interesting, right? Talked about it failing up here. Kapow. AG. You'd love to see this break of the downward trend, right? And then it comes right back. Not so good. Just let them flush out. Let the toilet flush and see where they bottom at. Newmont said many times, It should hold the 40s. Gap fills. This is not what you, again, gold near all-time highs, and Newmont Mining is down a large amount. Pass. Speaking of pass, just, again, let these get beaten. You're welcome. Try to warn folks. Let's get into semiconductors. Taiwan Semi. Keep an eye on this. We talked about this, like, trapping up here. Hit the range lows. Okay, nice little bounce. Look at the last couple days. You had your references. I'm sorry I didn't have a recap yesterday, the day before. Just kind of not worried. But again, this is why you watch the levels. If you watch the 205, you knew what to do. Micron, earnings after the close. Where are they at? Oh, fudge. Wow. What is going on with that? Micron. Oh, downside guy. Oh, God. Oh, boy. It's at 91 after hours. Oh, crap. Now, again, I'm on record. I've said semis have topped. They're the easiest short in the market. And again, pick and choose your moments. Not all semis have been equal shorts, hence why you picked and choose your ones. But again, I still believe that they're the easiest shorts. Again, the tech, AI boom, whatever you want to call it, is priced in. It's like in the 1990s. Oh, the internet. We're going to price in .com fever forever. No, eventually they had to earn it. And then competition comes. And when competition comes, it gets very price sensitive. And then once it gets price sensitive, it gets very oversaturated. Too much inventory. Again, I don't want to go into the same fucking rant again. AMD back near the lows. You're welcome. NVIDIA talked about the short. Talked about it bouncing at the 100-day. You got your bounce. Look at this. Ugh. Again, if you are short NVIDIA, I don't think you have anything to be fearful of. If you shorted the highs. Now, if you're shorting here, you got to, I don't know. This thing has gone to the moon. I mean, a year ago, what was this thing at? 48. 2 years ago, that 10. $3 trillion company. Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Excuse my language. It's not worth that. Because competition's coming. You're paying for future earnings, not past earnings. Stop. Ugh. And even if the earnings growth is technically higher, it's not going to stay sustainably high. It's not going to be this 80, 90, 120% year-over-year growth. It's not happening. SMCI, we talked about this. They basically said we're good after their auditors got fired or quit. And now they're, again, just leave it alone. Sorry, just today's like today. I get so many people whining about the pullbacks. Like, you saw this coming. You saw this coming, and you just sat there and you did nothing. And then you call me or you text me. You go, what now? Well, the Fed said this. Get the fuck out of the way and then call me. Then we can figure out a game plan again. Because if you shorted, you're cool. Or if you took profits, cool. Now you're just sitting back going, let it burn. Intel, again, so many people, oh, I want Intel. SMH, talk about buying the Soxus anywhere near 20. Bounce, bam, 200-day once that breaks. Ay caramba. Adobe, we talked about their earnings the other last week. Kapow, look at that. Just things you don't see if the market's holding up. Like, you would, if Adobe, if the economy and everything was supposedly as freaking cherry on top, everything's great. Companies that would miss and drop like this get bought right back, not get continue to throttled. Now let's talk about some of the names that have been holding up. Apple, talked about you could have shorted up here. Okay, fake out, breakout. We'll see what happens here. Again, this is one you probably want to be a little more careful on. It's holding up. Again, I think their numbers are going to be crap, but that's just my opinion. We'll see what happens here. Again, Apple's known to go higher and lower than what people expect. Amazon, we said the 2.618. You're welcome. You're welcome. That's why you follow the channel. Meta, we talked about the more you're up, the less you own. This was a great trade. If you bought down here, you got up near the range. You broke over we talked about taking profits. The more was up. Kapow, gave it all back in one day. CRM, we talked about this one. Topping, right? Topping out. Post earnings. Here you go. Breaking down. Guggenheim. This one broke out on their awesome chips. Cool. Things you don't see at the highs if it's really that weak. But again, I don't know if I'd be shorting some names other than others. This one, I'm just watching. Microsoft, right? This one looked like, oh, it's time to go higher. Gets up, fills the gap. This is why we draw the stuff. Kaboom. Big red bar engulfs it all. NDAQ. Yes. Happy for the guys that shorted up here at the highs. I didn't get any of this. But they hit the 1618. I told you this exchange was about to get burned in time, and it will. Again, people will not be trading tech in the future, and it's the stocks. Again, the stocks will be there. Again, if you grew up in the dot-com bubble, you've grown up in these bubbles, you see what happens here. It's not that companies don't all go away or something bad. It's just they don't ever trade at the multiples they once were. MicroStrategy, again, we talked about something looks funky here. See big red, how it just destroyed the whole trend, and at worst you went into consolidation mode. There it is, consolidation mode. Netflix, this one's been on fire. Again, don't have any reason to doubt that it's a crap in my opinion, but hey, it's running higher. And then, okay, there it is. Said, watch this gap. There's that arrow. 20-day. Roadblocks. Talked about this one being a buyout target. Been holding up pretty well. Held the 48. Again, I don't think I would be shorting that one. Pan W. Holding up pretty well. But here it comes. Breaks back. Where are all my lines? No. Where'd my... What happened? Okay, well, we're just going to do some drawing. We talked about it holding here. Man, it's like this weird. All of a sudden, all lines drawn on this thing basically gone. We talked about this breaking out, like cybersecurity. Man, where did the trend lines go? Good stock, in my opinion. I just personally, again, it's tough to buy this stuff when you know it's due for pullback. Tesla. Everybody and their mom chases the highs. We always talk about the straight line moves at the end are dangerous. We talked about once it broke out, it could go, who knows, makes new highs. You got to be careful. Now, again, I don't know if this one, again, certain names have been holding up better than others because Elon's tied to Trump and Trump is supposedly going to save the economy. Okay, we'll see what happens here. But this one, again, this is one you should be taking more profits the more you're up. Look at that move. We've talked about this repeating pattern. I said this weekend. Like, you've seen this before. You get these straight line moves before big pullbacks. Right? Now you've got a straight line move. Worst case scenario. And now, again, worst case scenario for bulls is it's just a big consolidation pattern. Be careful. Insight, again, I'm sorry to ramble. I'm just like, I get exhausted trying to say the same thing to people. And then when it happens, they're like, what do I do now? Insight, we talked about this pulling back. I like this. I think it gets bought out. Even lower, the better. Palantir, again, speaking of blowouts, right? Gets added to the S&P 500. Big red bar at the highs. Retro, worst case scenario, chop around. McDonald's couldn't get over that 300 plus range. Turn around, heading down. DKNG, I got some people going, oh, congrats on your short, but we're bouncing, bro. Nice bounce. Gave it all up. Again, I think this is going lower. Again, I mean, everyone talks about the fundamentals. It's like, look at the valuations. There's competition coming. Gambling, sports gambling. Again, if they're going to consolidate, they're going to have to take over. They're going to devalue stock, have to print money, basically borrow money. We'll see. Again, I don't trust it. Again, whether you believe in casinos and sports betting, I'm not saying that they're going out of business. It's just this trade's down. Airbnb, speaking of, said this was a fake out. Costco, we talked about the 1,000 number being so exciting. Since then, 20-day, retro. Starbucks said, watch out. Watch out, weak fake breakouts. This is things you see when the market's not strong, right? Oh, everyone thinks everything's great. Doesn't break out. Look at the last couple days action. Kapow. FedEx, talked about this. Someone's like, oh, you got to buy the December rally. Oops. Talked about it due for a bounce. It barely gets any. Bow. Gives it up. Again, a lot of people just betting on the Santa Claus rally. Didn't you already get it? Caterpillar, lower highs, kapow. Don't need to say much. Again, we like materials. Let them get burned. Deere, talking about this nice straight line move. Okay, due to pullback. Cool. Nucor, you're welcome. Welcome. Said this is shit you don't see if the economy's strong. Nucor getting just destroyed. Letter X, again, whether they get bought out or not. Probably looking like a negative, Ghost Rider. Worth a watch. Vale, again, a global growth name. Why are these names at 52-week lows? Copper, I love junior copper. I think copper is going to be in everything if we're going green and anything, or electrical. Got to think about things you don't see if the economy's good. CCJ said, be careful. Uranium's at 13-month low in pricing. Retro. Again, I'm not going to tell you where the low's at because if the VIX goes to where it can go, the number that will be the bottom will make no sense. It'll be like, holy shit. I did not know we could go that low. Just like you didn't think Tesla could go that high or MicroStrategy could go that. Well, the whole thing can go in reverse. CF, right? We like the ag names. Let them get throttled. Look at this stuff. I mean, it's all just getting boom. And today feels like a little bit of vindication. Like, yeah, I kind of told you. I'm not like excited on that part. Because again, a lot of people struggle in days like today. I hate when people lose money. It's just like, yeah, that's why we don't chase. We see the evidence, but we don't get excited. XLF, here you go. Fucking A. Big red bar. Again, new market highs. XLF not following. Feds fuck up. These guys eat clean up. I'm sorry. JP Morgan, same thing. 50-day kapow. Once you get into this gap, I don't know why you wouldn't fill it. Morgan Stanley, again, we've talked about all these. Again, if you bought the FAS at like 5 or something or low 6, pretty solid. Here they all come. Breakdown. Go ahead. Give it to me. Bank America. Kapow. Goldman Sachs. Again, all of them, they're like, we're all just holding above the gap. When they go, they're going to go. KRE. Nobody listens to this. Said, what's going on here? Why do junior banks look like Kelly Kropowski? XBI, here's a risk on name. Joe, my man, listens to me about this. I like, this is a risk on name. He's like, uh-oh, starting to act funny. Kapow! Jets. Congratulations, Aaron Rodgers. No, talking about double top. Just worth an eye on. Again, here we go. XHB, right? Housing index. Multi-top level. Gazzow. Now, again, near term, some of these, again, material names, maybe some of the ones that are oversold are due to bounce, but please, for the love of God, be careful. Solar, we talked about this being crap due to bounce. Got your bounce. Then it gives it up. Sedge, again, ENPH. I think ENPH said watch the 70s. Nice little short. For solar, again, we talked about the 200-day. I don't know. It just doesn't happen today. So you're like, it's not right, Dan. Just patience. Oh God. Speaking of like just being patient, HYG. I have said for, I don't know, how long have I said? Someone wanted this, prove me on this. I've been saying you got to be high out of your mind to buy corporate debt. Cough, cough. There's someone smoking the joint, getting crushed. Oh my God. Oil, again, just watch this stuff. Again, you got to be out of your mind to buy corporate debt, in my opinion. Chopping around. UNG, again, I like shorting the KLD. I don't like this product. KLD, we talked about if you short it up in the 80s, cover down in the 50s, let it play out. XOP said, this doesn't look good. If the economy is strengthening, global demand is coming. Why is, well, hold on. We said fill the gap due to bounce. Man, you got no bounce. This thing's cutting like through a hot knife through butter. You better hold the 126 area. Holy shiznit. ExxonMobil, again, names that you think should bounce. 0.618, good spot. Gets a little bounce, gives it right back. Gasoline names, we talked about MPC, Valero, they don't look good. Again, things that make your head scratch. Tech isn't the only sector in the economy, in the stock market, matey. There's other things you gotta watch, and it's not always in a straight line move each direction. Again, these names don't look that hot. Not looking so hot right now like Zoolander. CVE, again, I like these names, but man, I hope they flush the shit out of these things because I'm going to sit there with a big old net at some point in materials. Occidental Buffett, big old net. EQT, we talked about. Nice bounce. Let it play out. These are big chop zones. Choppy Joe. Choppy Joes. I mean, and last but not least, Flex LNG. Big chop zone. So again, what's the bottom line here? We know options expiration, the Wednesday triple witching usually up, the Friday triple witching usually up. If we get beaten down some more tomorrow, don't be surprised, oversold near term technically. Should we bounce, chop around? Yes. Do I think this candle is the death candle? It kind of feels like it. Because the Feds are in a pickle. We've talked about that. And again, everyone got hyped up on Trump and all that stuff, which I get. I get it. But now once you saw the leadership start cracking, you saw the laggards lagging hard, and you saw the rest of the market, the breath, just absolute poo-poo, like Momo said in the chat. Something was coming, it's just a matter of when. What was the trigger? Well, it ended up being the Feds. You're welcome. Sorry again, didn't do recaps last. It didn't feel like it was necessary. Just let it play out. Know your levels. I mean, I hate to say the same thing, knowing that the market was just waiting to exhale, and it exhaled. Big joints smoked and burned. Some of those bulls, man. Again, I feel bad when people hit me up and go, "You told me, but now what?" It's like, dude, sell when it's easy, buy when it's hard. That's how simple it works. All right, holler at your boy. Talk to you later. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, your PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.